It is a sad day, ladies and gentlemen. This may well be the very last time that I stealth camp in the Jellybean. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that later on, but right now I'm headed down the coast. I'm going to go find some food. I am getting real hungry this evening. And then we're going to go on and find somewhere to park up. In fact, I already know where I want to park. Whether we can park there or not is a different matter. We have arrived at Tesco. God, look at that pigeon! Oh, there's someone behind me, I can't stop. What a beautiful sight that was. I am looking forward to this one. I'm just hoping that we can get to the spot that I want to go to, because apparently they've shut off some of the seafront due to extreme wind warnings or something like that. So with a bit of luck, they haven't done the same thing around here. So I'm now down at the seafront. I think I'm between Hastings and Bexhill. I've been down here before, you guys might recognise it. I came down about 5 months ago. This is actually the only place where I've ever revisited on this channel. But this is also the place where I decided that I was going to start taking YouTube more seriously and try and make it a full-time career. So I thought, seeing as this is the last camp in the van, it was a good place to come back to. Oh no, it is paid for parking. I'm sure it was free before. Oh, maybe I had to leave at a certain time in the morning. I think that was it. What does it say? Pay to park using the Ringo app. Well, I don't mind paying a few quid, I suppose. I'm here now. Well, luck would have it that you only have to pay for parking up until 7 o'clock, and it is currently 7:18. So that's all good until the morning at least, and then if I want to sleep in for a couple of hours, I'll just have to pay a couple of quid then. But £2 for 2 hours sleep is a bargain. What the hell is that geezer up to that he's trying to push the lamppost over? Go on, my son! You can do it! Little dance, and off he goes. Unless you can actually see this is going to sound really random, but in the block of flats opposite, where that geezer's just sat down, but he's been chasing a bird around that block of flats. It's been flying about the place. Look, there it is! You wouldn't have believed it if you didn't see it. I mean, obviously it's his pet, but he's been chasing it around trying to catch it. Maybe it's not his pet. Maybe he's lured a pigeon in there. So it's pretty windy out here, but it's not that bad actually. Down the coast a bit down there, it's a lot more open. So there's a load of blocks of flats in front of us up there. And then behind the van over here, we've got some boats, and right down here is the beach. And then in case you didn't notice, the beach leads to the sea. In fact, I'll take that back about it not being too windy out here. It's picking up already. We are in. I don't know if you can tell, but the van is rocking. In fact, you probably can't tell because the camera's rocking at the exact same time. So it probably looks still to you. But we are rocking a little bit. Nothing major at the moment. But how are you guys doing? I know I've been slacking with the videos recently, but don't dwell on the past. We're here now, and that's the main thing. But I wanted to say a quick thank you to today's video sponsor, which is Anker. This isn't the product which I am talking to you about today, but this is my projector and it is made by Anker. And the reason why I wanted to mention it is just that is exactly what I wanted to happen. Look at that. I don't know if you can see, there's a dent on the back there. Honestly, I've been wanting that to happen for ages. But more importantly, when I bought it, it was, I can't remember how much, but about a week later, I looked on the website and it was £100 cheaper, and that annoyed me. So I messaged them and I said, oi, what you playing at? And straight away they came back. The customer service was actually amazing. And this is way before I had the YouTube channel. And they gave me £100 back. So I've got nothing but good things to say about Anker anyway. And recently they got in contact with me because they wanted me to show you their new product, which I'm not going to lie, it's not as light as a pigeon. By the way, do you know how light a pigeon is? I don't think anyone understands how light a pigeon is. I've held one in a box twice now, and it's like you're just holding an empty box. Phenomenal. Anyway, typical, it's the wrong way around. This is the Anker Powerhouse 767, and she is a beast. That's lighting up the whole van. I mean, look. Whoa. We don't want to drop another Anker product. Not in one day, we'll drop this one tomorrow. But look, you can see the whole van lit up there. Now, as you can see, it's got a nice big display there. On the side here, we have 3 USB-C sockets, 2 standard USB sockets. This is 2 car sockets there, so that's your 12-volt sockets, and you've got 3 mains outlets there as well. And a feature which I've never seen on a power station before, it has one of these extendable handles, so you can literally wheel it about like a suitcase. The capacity of this thing is a massive 2048 watt hours, and you can even expand that to twice the capacity if you get a second battery. But the stat that I'm most excited about is the fact that it can power appliances up to 2300 watt. And the reason why that excites me is because I have a new toy. This is my new air fryer slash multi-grill, multi-cooker thing. We are going all out today. We've got brioche buns and they're pre-sliced this time, so I don't have to try and use scissors to cut them in half. And then we're going to have a slice of double Gloucester with onion and chives. On top of that, a little bit of burger relish, and then heck, we're either going to have a steak and butter burger. That's going to be topped with Mexican-style chili red Leicester slices, or just one to be precise, and then a bit of burger sauce on top of that. Obviously then, the lid will be returned to the masterpiece. So I've decided to place the air fryer on the floor, because if it's going to melt anything around it, I'd rather it be the floor than the cooker, because I can always put a doormat down there. Let's plug her in. How do we turn this on then? So, on. That's the plug socket on. Well, I've got this air fryer cooking time cheat sheet, right? It says for a burger, 180 degrees for 16 to 20 minutes. I guess we just shut that straight in, do we? Let's shut this. What's this thing saying then? Oh yes, look, it's taking 1500 watts. She's a beauty. It's well quiet. I honestly thought it was going to sound like a jet engine taking off. This thing is genius. As of yet, no smoke. Okay, obviously that is nowhere near done, so I think the timing from that cheat sheet will be more accurate. Oh, look at that, it's got some nice grill marks going on. I just thought I'd check the power station. We're down to 91%, but the good thing is, it's only drawing 19 watts at the moment, and that's obviously because this thing is up to temperature. So obviously it's not going to be drawing much until it cools down and needs that extra boost of heat. I don't really need to worry too much about ventilation with this thing because it's electric. Obviously it's not going to produce carbon monoxide, but because it's new, I can smell that sort of plasticky smell, and I don't want to get a headache, so I've just opened the door a little bit. But in general, I can already tell this is way better than using gas to cook with. I've started to prepare the bun. It's getting towards the end of this next cycle. Now that I know this thing is amazing and I'm going to use it more often, I'm going to get a meat thermometer. Right, God, there's no smoke coming out. This is well good. Smear it around a little bit, give it a pat, and then I reckon in there just for like a minute or two, and hopefully that'll melt the cheese a good one. Okay, the Anchor power station is now saying 83%, and I have charged my phone on it as well since I've been sitting here, so for about 15-16% to cook a meal without having to use the gas, that is a winner. So if you want to check out this Anchor product, there'll be a link down in the description below, and I can already recommend it. It's built well, it's got all of the options that you need. It is a beast. Let's see how it's looking. God, look at that. It smells like Burger King in here. That is amazing. It's not going to be the easiest thing to eat because there's a lot of sauce and melted cheese going on, but I've been waiting for this all day. I am speechless. I thought I'd come and have a quick look at the sea to see if it's misbehaving or not before we go to bed. Oh, look at it. Wow. I've seen photos of that sea foam before, but I've never seen it in person. That's mental. I think it's safe to say the sea is definitely misbehaving. I don't even know if it's safe to stay here. I mean, I'm not that far from the edge of the water. I don't know when high tide is. I don't know where high tide comes up to. But I do know that the ocean is currently being very mischievous. Anyway, let's address the elephant in the room. So why is this the last time that I'm going to be stealth camping in this van? Well, it's officially up for sale. It is a sad day, but it's a day that I've known is going to come for a while. Now, when I first built this van, the plan was never to actually use it as a camper. I was only building it as a bit of a lockdown project, and then I was going to sell it. But after all the hard work that I put into building it, I started to think that maybe I should use it just once. I mean, I'd never been camping, even in a tent or a van or anything in my life. So I decided to take a little trip and film it. And that trip turned into me picking up Becky, who I hadn't seen for about 4 years. And we ended up on a 5-day road trip, which resulted in climbing Mount Snowdon. It was mad, but I literally fell in love with the whole van life thing. So you might be thinking, well, surely that means that I should keep the van and continue doing the videos in it. But the thing is, if I was just camping in this on my own and just going out for the weekends and there was no YouTube involved, I would keep it. It's the perfect size for that. But when it comes to filming and editing and creating content, I mean, I use about 6 cameras for every video that I make. And all of those cameras have got about 2 or 3 spare batteries. So I have literally about 20 batteries to charge every time that I make a video. I have to pull out all 6 memory cards and load that onto the laptop. And when I'm trying to work like that, there's just not enough space in here to spread everything out and do that. So what I found, and the reason why I don't get videos out that often all the time, is because when I go out, I film a video and then I feel like I have to go home so that I can offload all the footage, charge all my cameras and start editing the video. Whereas I need to be able to edit whilst I'm on the road so that I can make my trips longer, which will hopefully result in more entertaining videos for you guys as well. So I think my best bet is to go for a medium wheelbase van, and that way I have a bit more space, plus I can have a designated area to do my video editing. So as much as I'm going to miss the Jellybean, she's been so good to me, and the opportunities that this van has brought to me is just unbelievable. And obviously you guys are a big part of that as well, if you've been watching from the beginning especially. But unfortunately, the only way that I can really continue pushing this YouTube to the next level is by upgrading. So I'm really hoping that you guys are happy with this decision and that you're going to stay along for the journey, because without you, this channel wouldn't even exist. So right now I am going to get ready for my final sleep in this bed, or possibly my final sleep in any bed if I drift off into the ocean. Well, technically I'll be sleeping on the seabed after that for a long time to come. But if all goes well and we stay on dry land, I'll catch you guys in the morning. We've been quite lucky, A, because we've woken up on dry land, and B, it was forecast to rain this morning, but the gods have been good to us, probably because they were being respectful for the send-off of the old Jellybean. So I guess this is it. I'm going to go and clear out the van, get all my bits out of it, give it a bit of a clean up inside, and then put it for sale on Auto Trader. As always, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's donated to the channel by buying me a brain cell through the link in the description below, and also a huge thank you to absolutely everybody who's ever engaged with this channel, whether it's just watching a video, clicking like, subscribe, or leaving me a comment. Without you guys, none of this would be happening. I would have built this van, I would have sold this van 1.5 years ago, and this channel would not exist. I think before I go home, I'm just going to get out, sit on the bench, take in the nice view and reflect on what the channel has done so far. It's been quite a journey, so make sure you guys stay tuned for chapter 2.
The colors fade around, the world is slowing down. The sun, she waves goodbye. The moon is on the rise. Butterflies and birds and bees are folding in their wings. They will fly again tomorrow.